Welcome to the Buzz tutorial about standards. If you use Buzz on a regular basis to collect data for your students and what they are learning and where they are measuring, pulling in next generation standards could be important. To pull in standards into a Buzz course, go to your course card and click on the pencil icon to go to the editor. Once you are in the editor, and it may not already be popped out for you, so down at the bottom left, at the very bottom, you're going to see this little tiny side arrow. Click the arrow. Next, you'll see a circle. Click this circle, and you are now into the import for standards. So you can do two things. You can import standards from standards that are already attached to the platform, and you can also attach your own standards if you would like to add your own. Sometimes for adding your standards, if you teach a elective course, or if you teach home and careers, computer science, while those standards may not currently be within the system, you do have the ability to be able to add those objectives. You can also add if you're differentiating or if you're trying to work with students on SLOs, add objectives so that you can judge if students are meeting those goals. To add your own objective, you would just click the three dots up here, and then you would click Add Objective. It's going to confirm that you're going to do this manually, and then you would just give it your own ID and then the description. So we have had teachers, especially math teachers, they take the next gen standards and they even break them down a little bit further, and so that's how one example of how some teachers utilize the add your own objectives into Buzz. To add objectives that are already attached to the platform, again you would go up to your upper right, and this time we're going to click on the icon for import standards. This window will appear. You have the ability to bring in the National Common Core Standards, the New York Standards, the Next Generation Science Standards, and the American Association of School Librarians. If you are teaching in New York and you're teaching ELA and math, you do want to bring in the New York standards, not the national. Choose your grade levels. So we go from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. So I'm going to choose grade 3 for this example. And then choose your subject. So they go from career education, you have your cores, there is health in here and life skills, technology is in here, and the arts is in here. For this, I'm going to select math. Next generation standards, that's where you would find them. If you would like to open them up, so if you are looking for standards that are specific, so maybe you're just interested in pulling in the measurement and data, you can drill all the way down. New in Buzz this year, which is really a nice feature that hasn't been there previously, you can pull down what we call the anchor standard. So if you would like to be able to attach, represent, and interpret data to an overall activity, you can now select this to actually bring into the course. Once you have everything selected, and if you just want to select all of the standards, you can go up to the top here and select all. Go down to the bottom right corner and click Import Selected Standards. Your standards will show, even the ones that you have created yourself. You do have the ability to filter standards, so if you're looking for a standard on geometry, or something that says geometry or identify, you can start typing in the filter and you will start looking and seeing the standards that apply to those. To save your standards to your Buzz course, just again go up to the upper right and click Save. And you should see now the standards that are in your course. To attach standards to activities in your Buzz course, you can do one of two ways. You can find your standard, and again you have a filter up here if you know specifically the standard you're looking for. Click and drag it over to the Buzz activity, and you'll now see my standard is attached to my Buzz activity. If I am in an assessment, so I'm going to drill down to an assessment here, I can attach an overall standard to the assessment, or I can attach standards to specific questions within an assessment. So I clicked Edit. I'm going to go to my Questions tab. I'm going to go find one of my questions here. I'm going to scroll down, and it may, depending on your screen size, your boxes move around, but I'm going to find the Objectives area. So this one already is connected to 3OA, but if I wanted to choose another objective to tie to this question, I would click Choose Objectives. Now, right now, because this is the overall objective for the entire assessment, and I'm just selecting Inherit and Select Objectives, this is why this is the only one showing. However, if I select all objectives, all the objectives I've placed into my course will show. I'm just going to find the one that I want, click Done, and now you'll notice I have 2 objectives tied to this question. And I can go to the rest of my questions and add other objectives if I would like. Once I'm done, I just press Save, and I have successfully tied objectives to learning activities and assessment questions in my Buzz course. This has been a Buzz tutorial on placing standards or objectives into your Buzz course.